You ain't outside.
We gon' get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. Henny got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Beat them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later, now let's get this paper. Cause we ain't worried about shit, now let's get this paper. Shawty say I'm too much, fam, them too tough. When you get them blues up, then you make them rules up. Whoa! Yo, what it do, world? Welcome to a whole nother new episode of You Ain't Outside Podcast, hosted by your boy. Late start to the podcast, but still here, still blessed. Did some family stuff and whatnot, but yeah, other than that, I'm here. So like I always do, as always, I want to start out with my healthy topics and whatnot. And so today's topic is kind of just getting things off your chest. And I think I always talk about the positive things. Let's talk about some of the negative things and the negative stories in our life that has shaped us and molded us into being the people who we are now, because we all go through it, so there is no up without down. There is no down without up, so. But yeah, other than that, so the first question of the podcast I have for you guys is, what are some of your worst moments, just in your life? I have quite a few, but most importantly, I want to speak up on one of my worst moments, and this is like it was like a bathroom break or whatever, so yeah, I overheard some of my constituents who do a podcast too. It's entitled Effective Immediately. So shouts out to DJ Head, shouts out to Gina. I overheard them talking about like use the bathroom and some of the worst places to use the bathroom. So I have a long story, man, so I was out there in LA, just like promoting and networking and stuff, so, but before all of that, I had ate a burrito at my room, and so my room was in Santa Monica. So I got on the train to USC. So as I'm on the train, I'm feeling good. I'm out there promoting and networking I believe that was on Florence or Normandy, one of the two. Exposition, expo. So I'm out there promoting and networking and stuff. And next thing you know, man, my stomach get to bubbling. I'm like, oh man, I think it was a Sunday morning too, so I'm looking everywhere and nothing, no bathrooms. I'm looking everywhere. I'm damn near finna number shit on myself, basically, man. So I'm just quenching. I'm talking about everywhere, walking around my ass tight. This I'm telling you, right hand to God, I never lie. So I'm looking around to find somewhere, so I just start praying to God, man. And as I'm praying, I end up finding a church. It's like a block off of Expo. I ended up finding the church, man. A couple houses down, I think from off Florence or Normandy. Like I said, one of the two. So I see the church. Something just tell me to go up to the church. I go up to the church, the door open. So ain't nobody in there though. As I'm thinking, nobody in there. So I'm looking around looking for a bathroom. Boom, I see a bathroom. Like it seemed like God just calling my name, like from the heavens himself. So bathroom shiny, light like right on the toilet. So I'm like, man, oh, this gotta be God, So I'm using the bathroom and whatnot. I finish, and then as I'm leaving out, thinking like, okay, man, Don't nobody know I'm here. As soon as I'm leaving out, somebody like, hey, man, what you doing here? I'm like, and I told him, like, man, I had to use the bathroom. He said, it's all cool. He told me it was all good. Just make sure you come to church the next week. Man, I made sure I showed up at church early. I praised the Lord. And I think I went a couple weeks after that too, you know. So yeah, so that's one of my stories. So yeah, y'all let me know one of y'all worst stories. Keep me posted, updated on that, and we'll move forward from there. Yeah, man, new music, man. Yeah, so I want to start off with some of these singles that dropped. I got Drake, Julia Wolf, and Yeet. They dropped Doghouse. I got Heads Up by Nasty C. I got Shoot It Off by Polo G. I got This or That by Jermaine Dupri featuring Rich Homie Quan. I got That Salt and Pepper by Ice Cube. I got Trey Hovind by Trey Loaded. DoorDash OMG by Rap Baby. Rhapsody, Mad Lib, Daddy's Girl. All Star, JR and Louis Ray, Winter Circle featuring BFB, the Pac-Man. And hold up, cause there's somebody else on here too. And Babyface E. I got 4-1 Kyle Rich, Gene Carter, and Tata Lisp. I got Bia, Dave featuring Key Glock. And I got Skrilla, Duke, 6-7 featuring G Herbo, the remix. Oh, and I also got 42 Doug and Doughboy Clay. It Get Deeper, Part 3. Yeah, other than that, I got some of these albums that dropped, man. So I got Rap Baby dropped, I Never Gave AF. Jermaine Dupri got the Magic City album. Fredo Bang got Creature Music. Nasty C dropped Free. Ice Cube dropped Man Up. OBNJ dropped Me Against the World. Baby Flacco dropped Jag FL. Truth the Bull dropped Game Over. All Black dropped Sam's Club. And OC Chris dropped Everybody Hates. So yeah, man, make sure y'all go check out those projects. You know what I mean? You know, you got some of the vets, you got some of the younger folks. You know, support. You know what I mean? Y'all know, like I always say, support. But yeah, other than that, man, I want to give y'all a recap of the VMA'S. Man, when I say it was beautiful, it was beautiful. You got people from like Busta Rhymes to Glorilla, from Mariah Carey to Lotto and Ice Spice, from Sabrina Carpenter to Ricky Martin. You know, it was just a whole everybody. And shouts out to LL Cool J. You know what I mean? Because ladies love Cool J. You feel me? And you know, he did his thing. You know what I mean? He hosted the show. It was perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I just love how everything was put together. You know what I mean? So, shouts out to everybody that won the award. Shouts out to everybody that performed. Shouts out to the fans. Y'all made it live as well. You know, so. But yeah, so that's my recap of the VMAs. Yeah, so this is the sports part of the podcast. You know, so I'm gonna start off with my MLB rankings. So yeah, starting at 5, I got Toronto Blue Jays. Starting at 4, Detroit Tigers. Coming in at 3, I have the LA Dodgers. Coming in at 2, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. And coming in at 1, I have the Milwaukee Brewers. So I believe this has pretty much been the same since last week, you know. So, you know, we almost here October. You know, we in September. So one more month, then, you know, October baseball. And y'all know that's postseason time. So that's when it really counts, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. I know y'all looking forward to it. But other than that, I have the WNBA Power Rankings as well, you know. So the ladies finna get ready to be playing some playoff basketball too. So coming in at 5, I have the Golden State Valkyries. Coming in at 4, I have the Phoenix Mercury. Coming in at 3, Atlanta Dream. At 2, Minnesota Lynx. And at a whopping number 1, the Las Vegas Aces. They moving on up. You know, so yeah, man, make sure y'all, you know what I mean, check out, you know what I mean, and check out the games, you know, and support the ladies, because the ladies will always do their thing on that court, you know. So But other than that, I have college football power rankings as well, you know, so yeah, I'm gonna start off with number 5. I have the Miami Hurricanes coming in at 2, coming in at 4, Oregon Ducks, coming in at 3, LSU, coming in at 2, Penn State, and coming in number 1, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Yeah, so that are my power rankings for the college football week so far. Other than that, the big grand finale, I want to talk about this Canelo versus Crawford fight going down tonight. You know, hopefully y'all watching. I know I'm watching. I'm finna turn it on right now to see if it's on. Hopefully it's not on yet, but yeah, man, it's showtime. I don't know who's gonna win, but I look forward to watching it. Best believe that, you know. I know it's gonna be a great fight. This is one of the great fights I think it's gonna be of all time. 2 fighters in their prime. I don't know how it's gonna go down, but it's going down. Yeah. Other than that, yeah. So that's all I got for the sports part of the podcast. So yeah, this is the Off the Dome segment of the podcast where, you know, I speak my mind and whatnot, you know. So like I was just talking about, like your worst moments and your worst memories, you know. A lot of people kind of dwell on them and they don't know how to use them as motivation, you know. So I say all that to say, turn your lessons into blessings, you know. Turn your lessons into blessings. Everybody goes through tough times and tough patches in life. You take those, you learn from them, and you do great things, you know. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Thank y'all for tuning in. You Ain't Outside podcast, hosted by your boy. Like I always say, man, if you ain't outside, where you at?
Don't get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. And it got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Peep them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later. Now let's get this paper. Cause we ain't worried about shit. Now let's get this paper. Shawty say I'm too much, fam, them too tough. When you get them blues up, then you make them rules up. Whoa.